This game is actually worth $15, and in today's video I'm gonna be showing you Outlaw. So if you're a huge fan of Warzone, Fortnite, Arena Breakout, Delta Force, so on and so on, and you want to get a new experience, then this game is for you. Before I start, I just want to say thank you to Okami Studio for sending me a free key. So let's jump into it. It took me a little bit of time to get into an actual gameplay on playing solo. Now when I tried going on with squad, it only took me like at least half a minute, like 30 seconds, which I found a little bit weird, noticing that the player count is roughly above 300 players at the time when I was playing it. So this game getting a little bit of traction at first, because this game was actually released not too long ago on March 12th. I was kind of surprised. In those multiple games, I was struggling finding a real actual player. I came across with one player who actually beat me. And then for some strange reason, after he beat me, keep in mind this is solo, and then I don't know how I ended up being on his team. So from being on solo to joining him, it was kind of weird. Now running around in a big massive map, which I'm gonna talk about soon, it's kind of frustrating just fighting NPC instead of just hopping and gunning another player, because this game is a PvPvE first person shooter. Putting that to the side, I'm gonna talk about a little bit of the graphic. Now graphics, I'm playing this game on a high setting graphics, which in reality you don't need a lot of power to run this game. I like it because it's basically a cartoonish, some type of Fortnite, so on and so on. It's not like a Warzone type or Arena Breakout, which you could actually see a huge difference in the graphic. It's very nice and interesting. Now, talking about the graphic, I just want to point out something that caught my eye, and it's that when I was running around looting, I found a condom in this game, which in reality, why there's a condom in this game when it's a first person shooter, right? Then not only that, how massive and big is this map? And something massive caught my attention, and is this exactly statue, which in reality is taking a piss. Why is this statue taking a piss? I'm not too sure. We are gonna jump with the map. It is massive, as I said, it's massive, and it's basically on each area there is a highly threat. It's either low threat or medium threat or very high threat, meaning that you are gonna be running you are gonna be coming across with a lot of NPC, which could become deadly. Let's talk about vehicles. Now, vehicles are pretty actually fun to drive, which it feels like the driving mechanic feels a little bit clunky, but it's manageable. You know, you could go in on cars, helicopter, I believe boats, if I'm not mistaken. Cars, small RTV, or off-road vehicles, to say it that way, not RTV. I don't know. Speaking about mechanics, I just want to point out with the shooting mechanics, which in reality it feels good, but some weapon has a highly kick into it, you know, vertical kick, a lot of recoil. So having those kicks or having those recoil, especially if you're shooting from far away, even though you are using an assault rifle, is a little bit difficult to hit the actual NPC or player. Which in reality, I want to jump into gun customization, which you could change optics, you could change mags, you could change the grip, the stock, and so on and so on, which is actually cool before you jump into the game. Also, another thing that I want to point out is when I was talking about the maps, is that there is a storm And in the previous, I said that this game looks a lot like Fortnite. And when I say Fortnite, it's because one of the how cartoonic it looks, and then also how the storm looks. It kind of looked like a Warzone and then Fortnite at the same time. And the storm shrinks, but it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of time from the storm to go from phase 1 to phase 2 and so on and so on before you could actually extract safely out of the map. Now, the question that everybody is waiting for, microtransaction. This game, I don't think it has microtransaction, but yes, you could buy a weapon, you could buy different weapons customization. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but English is not my first language, ladies and gentlemen. Now, wrapping things up, I do recommend this game and other player as well, as it has a whopping very positive review on Steam according to the Steam charts, and it's fun and it's boring at the same time. But when I say boring, it was hard to find an actual player. Even though I was playing in squad, I didn't came across a specific player or an actual player when I was playing. After a couple of matches, I came across with one player, which in reality I wanted to be more action. And having a high player count, it was kind of disappointing. Now, is it worth the $15? In my opinion, yes, it is worth it. But give it some time and let's see how the developer is going to be, maybe including updates, including more things to the game. So I just say, just give it a time. It's gonna be successful. So I'm Creative, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next episode. Peace.